It looks like this is it. It's +6 going up to +9, which is 50. Ooh, I did that quick. Which is 50 in the U.S. But starting tomorrow, snow and rain, anywhere from -1 to +3, so hovering around 32, 33, 34 for the next 14 days, according to either phone. Either phone. It is going to be a bit of a murky, musty 2 weeks, but our virtual open house, obviously, we haven't talked much about that, is coming up on the 13th of December, and it's supposed to be 0 and sunny now, 14 days out. It's hard to explain, but looks like an okay day so far for us. Now, yesterday we talked about, I did the opening. We talked about the yearlings, the 3-year-olds. We still got the 2-year-olds. We still got all the barns to talk about. So let's get right to the 2-year-olds. Now, a lot of these horses have different dates to come back in, right? Some of them were at 60 days. Some of them were a little bit longer. Some of them are a little bit shorter. So I'm going to get right to it right now. It's much better today. Adrenaline Rush, this horse had a bit of a roughed up year. Started out his year good, but leading up to his year, his racing year, he still worked hard, trained hard, and had a long season. So Kevin has asked that we bring him back in January 1st. So it'll be the last week of December or the first week of January when we start bringing some of these guys back in. This is one of them that will come back in around January 1st. So Adrenaline Rush, January 1st. Barbie's Crown is racing right now. Kind of a lackluster mile, her first start, as it was pointed out to me by my partner Steve. That happens. You know, she's a tall, lanky filly. We're going to give her 3 or 4 starts before we start passing judgment on her. She did not race this week. We'll see how she races next week. Better's Hope. Better's Hope, another horse. This is a guy that we're going to give all the time in the world. January 1st, he's coming back in. And when he comes back in, that will be it. It will be up to him to prove to us that he is a stable horse. And if he's not, and I don't mean mentally stable, I mean a stable horse, meaning in the sense, horse for us. If he's not, then he'll be departing us in the spring. Early spring, probably. So, Better's Hope will be back in January 1st. Blue Monk is ready to go now. He's ready to start racing. Qualified in 59, come 29, 28 and 4, 29 the other day. Looked okay. Still like to see a little more pop from this guy in the end of the mile, but looked better than he did the week before. So let's call it progression. Braemar, I had slated to potentially go south, but when I don't have Globetrotting or Spirit of Deal leaving for quite some time, Path of Totality still hasn't had that chip out yet. It will come out this week. These were the 4 I was thinking of maybe, pushing stateside, pushing somewhere warm. They're not going to be ready to go yet. I got a text yesterday from Mark saying, hey, Braemar looks great. You're going to have to start him back up. He's going to have to get back to work. He's a little fresh, a little sharp. So he's being bad. I don't know how. I don't think he never mentioned anything about him being dirty, but he just said he's sharp, he's fat, he's ready to go. Should get him back to work. So we're gonna move his date up. He's gonna come back probably on the first truckload. So we'll have 7 or 8 horses coming back from Ohio. That guy will be on the first truckload. Braemar, we'll start him back up here, and if we decide to shove him back down, shove him to the States, somewhere maybe Florida or something like that, after we start him up, then that's what we'll do. But for now, I've been told he's ready to come back. Brilliant Corners will come back 15th of December. We'll get him back in. A number of these horses will also come back in. Brilliant Corners is one of them. Broadway Roll should be racing soon enough, I'd say within the next 3 weeks. Kevin will have her started back up. Cambridge Star, we trained him. He looked great training last week and then looked very ordinary yesterday. No, he looked worse than ordinary on Saturday at Flamborough in his qualifier. Terrible mile. So they'd scoped him. A little bit of mucus and a lot of pimples, so they said they're going to take his blood and see if there's something else at play there. But I certainly expected more than that from Broadway Roll, or from Cambridge Star. Camp Musselme looked great training the other day, yesterday at, was it Saturday? Yes, Saturday at Tamiko. I thought she looked well. Very happy with what I saw from her. What else do we got? Mostly Captain's Maid is back jogging now. She's down in Harrisburn. She'll have about 3 weeks of jogging and start back training. Carry a Big Stick will be going to Mohawk on Wednesday morning. Yeah, I didn't train him yesterday. I have to follow up with Harry and ask how he trained. He'll be going to Mohawk Wednesday. We'll probably look for a mile around 2.5 from him. Cut the line. Coming off a poor qualifier. She qualified decent and then looked poor after that. Mario said she tied up a little bit. She did. I saw her blood work. So she'll come back probably. She'll start maybe in London or something next week. We'll let the expectations mount for Cut the Line. They were low to begin with. You know, this affiliate we trained down I liked, but she had a little bit of baggage with her. She didn't qualify as good as I would have hoped or wanted her to. And then we gave her the time off, brought her back. She trained down well. She looked like she qualified okay her first qualifier, and then last week was just a poor outing. She did tie up, but it wasn't crazy high, around 1,200 I think, or 1,100, which enough to keep you off for a week, but not much more than that. Eternity Road, we decided to blister him and give him 2 weeks off, so he's coming up to his second week off. I'll get an update from Jason on him, but I know how it is. Blister, cool out, start back jogging. That's what we're looking at now with Eternity Road. First Glance will be coming back in December 15th. He's on the first load also in Ontario. I'm going to actually put a little star beside these horses that are turned out so I know how many are turned out in Ontario. Star. First Glance. Next is Fox Valley Britska. Fox Valley Britska trained without the hobbles on the other day at Mohawk. 2-4 last half in 59. Jason went with them, said he was very good. Probably look for a schooler or another training trip on Wednesday. He's been behind the gate a number of times. I'm not worried about the gate work with him. So whatever Jason wants to do, whether that be Wednesday at Mohawk or Friday schooling at Mohawk, I'll leave that up to him. But he's very, very close to being ready to go again. Excuse me. Frilly Fringes is also very close to being ready to go. She was kind of ready to go and then got a little bit sick. A full week of coughing and mucus really set her back another 10 days. So she's looking, maybe we'll send her over to Mohawk for a stiff training trip on Wednesday. Girls with Swirls was trained now. Very similar to Frilly Fringes, was pretty well ready to go and then got sick for a week. They trained her slow mile on Shane trained her a slow mile on Saturday, I believe. They were going to go back with a faster mile, whether that be at Mohawk. With all the snow and rain coming over the next week, I suspect it will be at Mohawk. There won't be much point in trying to train those horses at the training center. Gray is the New Red. She'll be coming back. We gave her 6 weeks, so looking at another 3 for her, I believe. I think she's been up for 3 weeks. She'll be back in another 3 weeks. GW Chrome will be coming back on the first truck December 15th. I can't wait to see this guy. He'll be back with us by December 15th. Holy Chick, another horse, flat qualifier the other day. I don't know if something went through the barn or what happened, but her first qualifier, she was a winner in 2-2 and then come back with an abysmal qualifier the other day. We'll see how she looks for this week. Where we at? Eglair AM will be coming back on the first truck also for the 15th of December. I'm a Lovely Lady will be on that first truckload back 15th of December. I'm Hill on Wheels. Another guy come up a little sore after they started jogging him for about 3 weeks on that leg. That was expected. Put a little blister on him. They'll start back with him next week. Italian Grid, I jogged beside him the other day. Kevin likes him. I like him. I think he looks really good. He'll be ready to go, I would suspect, by end of December. Jazzy Judy, she's not going to be back for quite a while. She doesn't have any stakes till July, and she just finished them up in, let's say, November 18th. I think it was something like that. 22nd? No, 24th. November 24th. So Judy will likely be out till February or March. I have to circle back with Jim. I was asking him if there was a nice field down there. It's a little warmer down there, a little different. Is there a field down there? He wasn't sure if there was room at the place that he used, I believe, is what he was thinking about. So we're going to have her turned out, whether she comes back and goes up to Schaefer Farms, where we have Gray as the New Red and Rose Run Why Not, or whether she stays in Delaware, whether she goes to Winterwood. We'll figure that out in the coming days. But Jazzy Judy's done a well-deserved rest. Tough year for her. A well-deserved rest for the big Judy mare. I would say December, January, February. End of February, you're going to see Jazzy Judy come back to us. Jesse Balboa schooled the other, he schooled the other day, so he'll be qualifying next Friday. Interested to see how this guy, Johnny and James, have done a great job with this horse. Interested to see how he qualifies next Friday. Keystone Raven is getting closer. I think Mario's been around 18 with her. I know that's where he's been. I told him not to rush. Just wait. When she feels comfortable going in 15, then we can start pushing her. There's no need putting her in any uncomfortable positions for quite a while. So Keystone Raven is getting closer. Let's Roll On again started training back. He'll be ready to go probably in 3 weeks or so. Miss Meringue will be coming back with Mama Knows Best with My Jazz on the truck on the 15th. No Free Lunch. He's looking probably like January 1st, right? He raced well into November, so you want to give him December. It might be a little bit after January 1st, actually. The first week or two in January, you'll see No Free Lunch come back. Northern Blizzard will be coming back. I might give him till January 1st also. Yes. Northern Blizzard will come back January 1st also. I'm going to put January just so I don't forget. January 1. Who else do we got? Off-Road Hanover's racing. Didn't race very good the other night. They're gonna have to put this horse in play and race this horse. I mean, we're not prepping him for the Sire Stakes or anything. He is now a racehorse. He has a flat line. I expect him to be raced hard next Friday at London. And then what happens. We put a couple of good lines on this guy, and he just looks okay. Then he'll likely be up for sale. But that will be up to Off-Road Hanover in the coming weeks. Perfect Record will be coming back in also. I said he was getting a short rest. He'll be coming back to the track probably next week. Rose Run Why Not, 3 more weeks for her minimum. Her and Gray as the New Red went out at the exact same time. Set the Mood. As Harry said, now every horse qualified kind of flat the other day, didn't they? Now that I think of it. Both Mario's did. Jason's horse did at Flamborough. And Set the Mood, who was probably poised for a 58 qualifier, 1 mile and 2.3. And as Harry said, he just looked flat the whole time. So actually, I want to send a note to the vet. We got to get a couple of them up. I want to get some of them fluoroscoped, and I definitely want to get Set the Mood looked at by the vet before we start racing him. This is a horse that trained down. We gave him time off because he was sore in June. Brought him back. He's persevered, pushed his way right through 2 qualifiers. I was not impressed with his last qualifier, but it's just been kind of a so-so week for everybody here at the training center. So we'll get some vet work done on him and get him in to go in the coming weeks. Cyrus Blue Chip will be off till January 1st also. So Admirable is training back well. Stacy Hanover, she's down in Harry's barn right now, jogging well. We'll start training her back in the next week or so. Sweet Ambitions has already begun training back. She's down in Harry's barn also. Tanzanite Tricks went out to the field for a month. She went out last week, so she gets 3 more weeks. Walk on the Moon finally made his way to the farm. He is out playing in the fields. He'll be in the fields for a month, and then we'll bring him back in. There's not really much time as the snow hits and the wet snow hits the ground. There's no real reason to leave him out much longer than a month. There's no grass. There's nothing to do other than bounce around the slippery snow. So Walk on the Moon will be out for another 4, maybe 5 weeks, and then we'll bring him back in. War We Was Up. That leg looks great. I saw it the other day. Kevin and Georgia have done a great job with War We Was Up. I'm not sure if there's one more treatment or not. I don't think there is, but I'm not positive. I would suspect first part of the month Kevin will have this guy ultrasounded, and then we'll make the decision from that ultrasound how his future looks as far as when he begins back, what we do when that is. War We Welcome is back going. Now we have her in the top barn. Johnny and them have her. Mario's barn between Ron and Davey is kind of full right now. So War We Welcome started back up with Shed Row 2. Well and Down is coming back on December 15th. And One My Heart Hanover made a break the other day at the half, but looked rather well and finished up very strong. 29 seconds on the end of it. She'll come back and go at them again this coming week. So that's all the 2-year-olds. A little bit of lackluster, right? We have a bunch turned out that are coming back, a bunch that are ready. The ones that are ready right now are really just racehorses. We're trying to find a groove for them to so they can find their groove. So that is where we're at with all the 2-year-olds. I'll be back now. We get the burns to talk about. Lots of burns to talk about. Johnny's burn, the small burns. Harry's burn, Kevin, Tim, Mario, and Jason. Be back in just a second.